that's why I feel like I'm talking the way that I am, because like I'm not. I feel like I was silenced. Like I silenced myself. It's like although I didn't listen to the noise, it's like I wish I didn't care. I wish I didn't actually care what people had to say.
Yes, guys, we're back. I just want to say thank you guys to whoever hits that subscribe button, hits that follow button. Like I said, I started all over from scratch, and it's beautiful to see. I blocked the numbers. That's one. So it's like it's beautiful to see. Like starting from zero, and now I'm at like 17 followers on YouTube. I'm subscribed. I'm like, okay. I just started in 17. TikTok, I think I'm almost at 80 followers. I had a video that hit 12K, if I'm not mistaken. So
Hell yeah.
It's like I still got it, guys, and I'm just happy to sit here with guests every week, and I want to try an episode by myself one of these days, just to go deep thoughts and see how I'm feeling, and just give you guys my life, I guess, if you guys could relate to it. And yeah, I'm excited, and today I have another special guest. I can't wait for this one. He's another artist. This dude does it all. He does his own album covers. He draws. He does it all. You name it. He's
The whole spiel.
Yeah, I'm here with. Let me see if I'm saying it. Youngojeezus.
Yeah,
But
Youngojeezus.
yeah. But I was looking at the writing. And it's like G. Do you like say ye or like? Because it's OJEE. So I'm like, do you extend that or no?
So not necessarily, but like, cause basically it like the way that even came about was like it was like a line from a Fabulous song. So basically, at the end of Gone for the Winter, it was like 2013. I was thinking of an Instagram handle, and I was obsessed with Fabulous. So I was listening to Gone for the Winter because that was my favorite song. And at the end, he basically says, like he's saying it's literally how he ends the song. It's like, basically the bar is, I threw stones at the cross, call me Youngojeezus. Because to him, he's Young OG. So I kind of played off that. And when he said Youngojeezus, I'm like, that's about to be my Instagram handle. Yeah, and then once I made that in my Instagram handle, like, that was in 2013. Like, 3 years later in 2016, I made my first song. And I'm like, damn, if I want everybody to find me, they're just going to have to use my Instagram handle. So that just became my artist name.
Yeah.
So... And then I, at first, bro, super fucked up. Like, it was like G-E-E. No, it was like J-E-E-Z-V-Z. Like, you was not finding that shit.
Yeah, that's hard.
You was not finding that shit.
Yeah, no, I was just looking and I was like, I want to say it right, which I probably fucked it up either way. But either, I was like, does he say it ye? Because I just seen it. But I was like, whatever, I'll ask. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
First, thank you for the shirt, my brother.
Absolutely.
I had to throw it on for this one.
Unbecoming. Feel me?
Part of that's
that's
what you're working on still, right?
I mean,
or
I wanted it. It's like I wanted it to be like, so essentially this is the brand, and on the back of the shirt you get food for the wolves.
Oh, this was your old project.
This was my
old
project.
Because now you're at Arose
from Ash.
From Ash.
So basically the way that trilogy just worked itself out was that, like, basically the appetizer was just like some songs. So I tried to, like, when I say Unbecoming, I was already doing it from the beginning without realizing it, before Unbecoming even had a name. You know what I'm saying? So back in Appetizer, anybody who knows me knows that I don't do features. It's nothing personal. It's just, I'm just so dedicated to my growth and my grind that it's like, I don't give out features just for fun. Like, I don't think this is a hobby. I think this is a job. So it's like, if you're not gonna, like, I don't know. Like, for instance, it's no disrespect to anybody.
Have you done one before?
Yeah, I started doing it in the process of Unbecoming. So, like, I wanted to be different because everybody had this view of me that I was just this, like, selfish, self-centered, cocky. But it's just, like, it was a combination of unwavering faith, bro. Like, I believe in myself to the fucking... to the fullest, bro. So there's, like... Anytime I'm on a pedestal and niggas try to take me off that pedestal, bro, I'll argue with 50 niggas, bro. You're not going to tell me I'm not great, you know? And that rubbed people the wrong way because not that they were doing it intentionally, but it's like they wanted to put me in a box, you know? And they want to be like, nah, but you're not there yet. And it's like, I am. If I'm here, if I'm there right here, all I needs to do is be right here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to prove that to people, essentially. So I had to like kind of sit down with myself and realize like, okay, you've already done this shit for like 8 years at the time. And it's like you really haven't been giving nobody a chance to work with you, bro. And I think that's limiting you.
It's time.
Yeah, so it was time. So the whole appetizer, Food for the Wolf appetizers, is all features. It's just 9 songs of straight features of people that just because I'm working on myself doesn't mean I'm not watching.
Who was so who was that? Like when you realized that you were like, all right, who's that person that you would like first or like I want to do a song with him or?
So one of the first people, I'm going on YouTube right now just to get the whole list.
Yeah.
So it was just because I'm working doesn't mean I'm not watching, you know? So it's like I already had my set like starting 5 that I'm like, when I'm gonna get like I need a feature from you. Like you're going crazy, you know? But
so how does that work? You hit them up or?
Yeah, it's really that simple. But a lot of the times, a lot of these people have already hit me up. And that's why it's like I've never gotten back to them. So they're just like, yo, fuck this nigga. You know, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
I don't blame
respect
them.
it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. That's
if you
why
feel like that.
That's why it never was like any type of animosity. They might have been not fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Not these specific features, but there's still people that I never got around to. Yeah. You know, so it's because like.
Do you see that as still like that's love, kind of?
Nah.
And I'm saying it because I reached when I first started. I started this from scratch again, guys. Like I mentioned, and I reached up to some people. Like I was like, oh, they do stuff for the city, and I think their story would be like dope to have them sit here.
Yeah.
And I reached to like I think it was like 2 people that didn't even acknowledge me, and I was like, I was like, it's cool, but it's like, and it's people like they know of me, So I'm like,
yeah.
It's like I found it a little weird because I'm like, I believe, like you said, I believe in myself to the fullest. Like I already know where this is gonna end up, and I know the numbers I'm gonna put up.
Right,
and
so
I'm like,
it's really up to you to be a part of this.
Exactly,
and it's like no biggie if it's not.
Exactly, I'm like no biggie, but I'm like, my thing is, I do have that little like, all right, if I come back, if you come back and message me, I might leave you on red too. Just know I see the message.
Tried. No, I tried. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with that, it's like, don't come around when it's beneficial for you. A lot of people, like, for instance, and I'm gonna be completely transparent on this shit, bro, because that's what the whole Unbecoming is. And it's like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through this whole process of like time where it's like, bro, I feel like I've argued with damn near all of Worcester, bro, because of that high horse I was on, because niggas would really try to knock my pedestal, bro. And I'm like, no. And it's like, niggas will sit here and be like, you're not the best, but who's putting up these numbers? Who's damn near going like viral? It's like I could give you a few people, but those aren't the people I'm arguing with. Unfortunately, you don't argue with niggas in the same bracket. You're always arguing with niggas beneath you.
It's always like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that just goes to further prove my point. You know what I'm saying? You're just mad that I'm really doing this shit for myself. And you want me to be humble? Nah.
Do you do you tell yourself like block the noise in a way, or it's like
it used to get to me, and I allowed it to silence me.
Because I feel like you're in this, we're kind of in the same journey. Like, we do not the same thing, like I'm doing this, you're doing music. But it's like we're like both like finding ourselves since last time we talked. I see you going to the gym.
Likewise.
Bro, and it's just like, I don't know, for me, bro, I'm such at peace with myself. I'm starting to love myself again. And it's like, I don't think nothing or anything could bother me at this moment.
Yeah.
And
what's
so that's
crazy?
why I'm asking that. I'm like, are you feeling like that right now?
Yeah, like that's why I feel like I'm talking the way that I am, because like I feel like I was silenced. Like I silenced myself. It's like, although I didn't listen to the noise, it's like, I wish I didn't care. I wish I didn't actually care what people had to say. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's going to have an opinion, regardless if you're doing, like, look, I was not talking, not being on my high horse or whatever niggas want to call it, because niggas want to call me arrogance, but I don't believe it's arrogance. It's just belief, bro. It's like, you want me to not believe in myself so much. Like, that sounds mad corny. You know
it usually comes from people that,
that don't believe in themselves.
Or doing worse than you.
So it's like, oh no, like, I don't like the way this person's making me feel. It's like, no, you have to realize and unbecome, essentially look in the mirror and realize that the things that you see in other people are what you want to see in yourself. And you have to be comfortable with the fact that if you're not there yet, don't be mad at them because they're there. Get there, see what they did to get there and like make it your own, So like, like I allowed myself to be silenced because I was like, okay, are they right about me? Are they right about me? So it's like, no, they're not. And like I started realizing that just in the same moment, like you said, I started loving myself. I started loving these things about me. And the same reason why I have so many people that love me, it's the same reason why I have so many people that hate me. So it's like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, damn, I can't be this way because they hate me. Oh, it's like, no, I got to be this way because those people love me. And it's like, I could be that fire in someone else's heart because they're like, damn, I see this nigga getting it. I want to get it. The same way that there's people that's like, damn, this nigga's, oh, he's always gloating. Oh, he's always showing off or da-da-da-da. It's like, there's always two sides of the same coin.
Where's you posted a picture this week, which it was you know, kind of your transformation, and you could see the difference. Yeah. When you were gaining weight or you were there. Yeah. What's that mind state that you were at compared to like this mind state?
So, I laugh because it's like the other day I was just having like a really like I was listening to the music I was making in that time, so I could really get in that time frame of thinking how I used to think. And I'm like, bro, you were just so immature. Like so immature. Like you had a good heart. You had a good head on your shoulders, bro. Like if I'm talking to my past self, like thank you type shit. Like thank you for your mistakes. Thank you for everything. But like they were kind of right about you, bro. Like kind of like just how it's two sides of the same coin. They had their points, but you had yours. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to say is that I'm just glad that you stuck to yours. You know what I'm saying? You didn't let those other points be more important than your points, you know? So it's like, I had to be a bad person. Like I had to fuck up. Like I was battling with lust. I was battling with gluttony. I was eating too much. I was making too much money for my own good. I was not in a position. So essentially I begged God because like I ended up quitting my job and I needed to pursue my music full time. I had to. I didn't see another out. Like, so I had to, and I had to make certain sacrifices that put me in positions that were better than before.
Is that your plan A?
It's the plan A, bro. And my plan B is just another way to make the plan A work, you know? So it's like, it's never, that's why I'm seen as delusional, because it's like, bro, I could be 32, 35, 37, 40, 50, and I'm still going to be on this shit, bro. I really don't care, because it's like, my biggest thing is that I'm not doing this for the validation. I'm not doing this for any of that. I'm just doing it because I love it. And if I could do this shit for a living, amazing, you know? So like the person that I was really, really had to go through his own tribulations, because I asked God to bless me and put me in a position to be able to be there for my family every day, every second, and also be able to financially provide. And he blessed me. That's a fucking superpower. And I turned into a villain. I turned into a fucking villain. As you could see, I could show you pictures of who I was while I was working. I was a manager at a car wash for like 3 years. So I could show you who I was then. Then you get to see who I was after, and you get to see who I am now. And you can blatantly see like, damn, you really became. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if we go back to like the appetizer, the idea of Unbecoming was already there before the project of Unbecoming, because I was like,
that's the thing I was gonna ask you too, because this one's a Arose from the Ash, right? Mm-hmm. Are you coming up with like the names while you're going through these stuff, or does it like all come together after?
So I've learned to be more patient with my process, because genuinely speaking, like I feel like I've been establishing such a good connection with God.
That's the most important thing ever, guys.
Bro, that's where Unbecoming is coming from. Unbecoming is coming from my connection with God. Ever since I've started really dialing in, all the noise shuts down, and it feels like I have a straight path with God. And when I'm asking him these questions, and when I'm asking him for answers, I genuinely feel like I'm being heard. And it's not because I'm favored. It's not because I'm special. It's because I'm putting in the sacrifice to make that connection with him. Because this is what I've learned in that process of making that connection with him. He's not the one who casted the first sin. So God essentially turned his back on humanity, and the only way that humanity established that relationship back with God is through the sacrifice of Jesus. And people question like, oh, if God is so almighty, why did he have to sacrifice his son to forgive us? And it's not that. It wasn't up to God to forgive us. It was up to us as humans, as man, to understand where we went wrong and seek that relationship with God. That's why he realized this humanity is doomed. They're not going to do it. I need to do it for them. So that same love that he wanted to take away, he instead gave it to them again for a second chance. And he sent Jesus down. Jesus came out of, he didn't come to this world in sin. He came out of a virgin. He died at 30. He died the perfect man. He never sinned. He tried to lead humanity. He showed humanity how to reestablish a connection with God personally. Whether people want to follow it or not, it's there, you know? And Jesus was that connection that essentially grabbed God's hand, grabbed human's hand, and put them together. Because God was not going to do that for us. It was up to us.
Amen.
So, my fault.
No, you're good. You're good. Brother.
So basically, like the connection that I've been able to establish has been through my own sacrifice of unbecoming. That's where this whole shit is coming from. It's like I have to undo these things to be able to talk to God, to be able to, like, just, I don't know, I feel preachy right now, but.
You're good, brother. That's good.
It's just like those things have helped me become like, it's like, sorry, I keep stopping. But the point is that my relationship with God started with unbecoming, because there was a lot of flaws that I seen in myself and that other people were blatantly pointing out that I was choosing to ignore and being like, nah, that's just me. That's just me. And it's like, it's not really who you are. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance to sit with yourself and figure out who you are. Like, talk to God, you know? That's where the whole unbecoming process came from. And I'm like, all right, let me eat my pride. Let me go work with some people. Boom. The appetizer came out. I worked with like 9 people. Boom. Then the album came out because the album was already done. I could have just dropped the album and said, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, let me give them more. So I worked on that first little appetizer. Boom. Then I gave them the project. Boom. And then Food for the Wolves, the cover is me essentially versus a white wolf. And I was the dark wolf. So, because basically, this is another story. I don't mean to segue, but it's like there's a story of the 2 wolves. You essentially become whichever one that you feed. And there's a good wolf and there's a bad wolf. And essentially, there's your good self and your ego, your pride,
I'm just going to stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Because what I'm getting from this is like, this is deeper.
Yeah, this is serious.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
This is just deeper than even music, or this is life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's like, I'm getting it. It's like, you're feeding the good, you're going to get that. You're feeding the bad,
you're going to get exactly that.
So.
And a lot of people tend to confuse it because the bad feels good. The bad feels good, bro. And I had to sit there and tell God. I was like, yo, I love to fornicate. I love to smoke weed. I love to party. I love to be in places that are dangerous. I had to sit here and really wring my fucking heart out and tell him these uncomfortable things, bro. That's the only way I was able to get it out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm holding this in, God knows your heart. He wants you to come to him. That's the only way you'll establish that relationship. So in the cover, I am the dark wolf, and I'm essentially fighting my good. And at the end of my trailer, because there's a trailer, and I'm essentially running away from my good self. I'm the bad one. I'm running away, and my good is catching up to me. So essentially, at the end of the trailer, I slip and I fall, and I get up on my knees, and it recreates the cover, basically. So I get up on my knees, and I made like a wolf, basically. My videographer basically had it from the perspective of the camera being the wolf. So basically, when I fell, whatever, the wolf basically ran up to me face to face, and I faced the wolf, and then it just goes black, and you hear the wolf like snarling, growling, like if he's eating me. Yeah. So that's where like the story was supposed to end.
Take me into like, you know, how you put this together, because it's like you're the one doing everything, right? Kind of.
Yeah, except literally. Are
you the one telling
everything.
The cameraman, like, yes, this is what I'm thinking? Like,
yes, like we storyboard this shit together, and my cameraman's Onyx, so we storyboard this shit together. We sit down. Well, I'll come to him, and I'm like, yo, bro, I have this crazy ass idea, and usually he has to take me off of cloud 9, but he does it respectfully so we can make it a reality. Because I'll be like, bro, the shit that I be coming up with, we need like a whole studio budget for. Like, I be making studio budget music videos because my inspiration comes from Michael Jackson. How great that nigga's music videos were. They were movies. So I'm like, I need to make some fucking movies because that's what I like. So he'll be like, yeah, we could do that, but it's like, let's bring it down to earth. Let's make it in a way where we
like
can
what?
actually.
Give me a scenario like you told him before.
So basically, I'll be like, bro, like a good idea was when I was explaining that trailer to him. I was like, bro, well, honestly, I'll go into the Arose From Ash trailer instead because it's more fresh and recent. So basically, I'm telling him the Arose From Ash trailer is the sickest shit. This is me essentially leaking it, but this is the sickest shit, bro, because after the Food for the Wolves came the Unbecoming, and essentially the Arose From Ash trailer is me, who I am now, going and speaking to that unbecoming version of myself, he has blood all over him, the cuts, his shirt's all ripped up, he's fucked up. He went through his storm.
But
you know what I'm saying?
He survived.
But he survived. And I went and we're both having a conversation on a park bench just like this. So it's like two of me, one's talking to the other one, and my normal self is like, yo, well, my newer self is like, bro, like, I seen all the shit that you went through and I appreciate it, but like, I'm here to basically take that off of your shoulders because like you've done enough for us and it's my turn.
Do you let him live?
Yeah. That's up to interpretation.
Yeah, because I was like, you gotta kill that old self.
Yeah, you have to kill it. So that's up into interpretation. The point is that he was already dying. That's what I want to portray because he was already bleeding out. Like the amount of blood that you're gonna see on me is like this nigga was tapped out.
Suffering,
yeah. So it's like I'm letting him know me taking the burden is that you can die now. Essentially, you could die in peace. So that's why it's up to interpretation, and it's good that you pointed that out because I didn't just say that. You know, it's up to you to see that and take it that way. So basically, when I explained that to him, I was like, bro, it's going to be at a park bench. There's going to be two of me. We need to set this shit up so, like, the conversation is perfect. Like, and he's like, bro, but, like, how are we going to make you a stunt double? There's only one of you. And, like, bro, he got involved into the point where he was like, I can help you because you're trying to do this all yourself. You're trying to be both people. You're trying to fucking do everything. He has curly hair like me now, so he put on an Unbecoming shirt. So when it was time for him to be the fucked up one, we just did it from the perspective of the logo, and then you see me. So it's like, it looks like, and then you see his curly hair.
When is that coming up?
So I'm basically thinking, like, we're still in the process of putting it together. We already shot it. Everything's already shot. I have all the behind the scenes, everything. I'm trying to put that together and drop it for like fall. Because basically.
Fall's around the corner.
Yeah. So like maybe September, like maybe September, November-ish the latest, you know, because it's like this new version of me is gonna fall right into that style and in that era of that season, and the music falls into that season. So it's like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is happening by itself. Like I'm letting it happen, and I'm realizing like these would be the best times for this to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he had to take me, going back to the first question, it's like he had to take me off of cloud nine. Like, that's a great idea, bro, but let's make it tangible. Like, let's make it realistic so we can pull this shit off. Let's get more hands on deck. Let's try to have more help because what you're trying to pull off needs more people, and you're trying to do that shit yourself, bro, and you can't do it yourself.
Do you think that's a, like, kind of a con? Like, something that, you know, you try doing yourself? Everything, in a way?
I feel like, if I'm being completely transparent, the only reason why I am the way I am is because I've been let down so many times. I'm self-sufficient. I made it so the only person I need in my corner is God. Like, I can get anything done. Like, literally. Like, I've shot my own music videos on a fucking iPhone, edited them on a fucking beat-down 2009 computer on a software that I cracked because I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking at the time. I shot my son's whole birth. Like, in the hospital, the whole process. We're walking. My girl's giving birth. Obviously, it's not explicit, but I have everything down to the detail, bro. I shot that myself on my phone, edited it myself. My engineer at the time was, like, I don't know if he had too much on his plate. I don't know what was going on, but he just didn't get around to mixing the song on time. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not waiting for you, which is another reason why I'm self-sufficient, because waiting on people will never get the job done.
Yeah, and that's just pushing you further.
Yeah.
From your goals and from, I've been there too, brother.
So I was like, fuck that. I'm sending it. And the day after my son was born, the 29th, on the 30th, I dropped that shit at 8 in the morning. That shit did 30,000 views on Facebook. over 500-600 shares, mad reactions. And it's like, those, I'm not cocky, I'm not being arrogant, but you can't tell me that's not the proof of what the fuck I be talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, oh, like you're not that good, or you're acting bigger than what you should be. And it's like, nah, bro. Like, look,
maybe you should start acting like me.
Maybe you should start acting like me, bro. Yeah. On moms. And it's like, I would love to have people feed off of my energy than feel intimidated by it, because it's really what it is. It's intimidation. You shouldn't feel intimidated by anybody. No man should ever put that in your heart. No one should ever make you feel less than. You know, someone feeling themselves should never make you feel less than.
Where's that confident? Going back a little bit, when you were out of shape, did that confidence leave?
Nah, that's the fucked up part.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I was fat as shit.
I was gonna tell you, it seems like it didn't go nowhere.
No, bro, it actually got worse. Bro, because at the time that I was
crazy.
Bro, that's how you know it's not my confidence doesn't come from an outside source. My confidence comes from me. Like, it's just who I am. It's like, for instance, to give you a background, it's like, bro, ever since I was a kid I went to Union Hill, I went to East Middle. It's like everybody and their mothers knows me as the nigga that would body every talent show. Like, I've been bodying talent shows. First, I started off dancing. First I started off drawing. That was like my first expression of art. Then I was dancing. Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Usher. Those are my peoples, my go-to. Then I started portraying that on stage in front of my classmates, in front of teachers, and I'd get huge praise. And it's like, that is what would fill up my ego, those things. And it got bad to a point, because now you couldn't tell me shit, you know? And that's where it's like, there's a balance, though. You can't just can't be the person that can't be told shit, because now you're unteachable, you know? And it's like, I had to go through really high highs with the ego to be able to like chip it down and be like, okay, we don't need that part. We don't need that part to sculpt who I am today. So it's like a lot of the shits. It's like, bro, I've bodied talent shows. I went to YouthNet, and we're talking across like South Side, East Side, North Side YouthNets, all gathered at the end of the year on a big ass stage for a fucking crazy performance. And I'm not scared. I want to do this shit. And after I got off stage, everybody's like, who the fuck is that kid? That feeling is what I thrived for. And to this day, it's what I thrive for. That's why every time I leave my house, it's with the impression of like, you never know who's watching. You never know who you're going to run into. It's like, imagine you're looking how you feel. Imagine you feel like shit, and you go out that day and you look like shit. And someone's like, hey, I need an artist for X, Y, and Z. They look at you and they don't even believe anything that you tell them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm getting at, because you, like you said, you never lost that confidence. But when was that time when you were like, all right, I'm letting myself go, like, physically, I gotta change, or something gotta change?
I feel like that started happening when I started, which is bad, but I don't know. It started happening when I started comparing myself to people, and it's like, you don't compare yourself to people. I don't do it maliciously. I do it to see how I can be better, because I make people, sorry, I'm like about to burp and it doesn't want to come out. I'm sorry.
You're good, bro.
But I feel like the thing about me, bro, is that I have a lot of silent mentors, like people that I'm inspired by that are doing bigger than me. Yeah. And it's like, they don't know that I'm learning from them, but I'm learning from them. And I don't take their successes as I'm less than. I take it as an example of what I can be. And that's what I wish everyone would do, instead of making me out to be the person that they do, But somebody got to take the bullet, and I don't care to take the bullet if it helps somebody, So I am helping somebody, regardless of what people are saying. For instance, I've been posting about the gym, but I'm not showing nobody nothing. I wasn't proud of where I even am. Like, I made the difference. I look different. I'm unbecoming. But I'm just not at that goal mark yet. I'm not there where I wanted to be. So I didn't really want to sit here and be like, hey, look at me. Like, I lost mad weight, because that makes people feel bad. There's people that's like, why can he do it and I can't? And it's like, it's never about that. It's, come with me. Let's have a talk.
It's like, if I could do it, you can.
If I could do it, you can. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? So somebody, because I started posting what I'm eating, how I'm eating, how many calories and shit like that. And I'll do that here and there. But people, I feel like people were just seeing that and were mentally like, this is me. People were probably like, this nigga's like full of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? What difference is that actually making, what he's telling us to do? And it's like, I'm going to show you. Like, fuck it. I'm going to take the picture of where I started and where I am, and you're going to see that the things that I'm eating, the things that I'm drinking, and how I'm talking and acting, look at the difference. I've literally become a different person.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally become a different person. The last podcast episode, I was not even mentally where I was now. I was
so fire.
Yeah, I was still in a storm, you know, but I was still hopeful. I still seen that gleam of light. And it's not to say that I'm fully out the tunnel, but I'm more confident of my footing in the tunnel.
Bro, that's how you get better each and every day. Like, because like I said, I feel like we're kind of in the same boat. Mm-hmm. See, I'm not, and I'm going to be honest, it seems like you're a little bit ahead of where I am right now.
And I don't even believe in pace like that, bro. There's no such thing. Cool.
I do. Well, I do because that's life, you know.
That's the comparison thing that I was talking about, though.
Yeah,
it's like,
nah.
you know.
But to me, it doesn't really affect me. Like, I don't look at it as bad. Like,
right,
exactly.
as it should.
To me, it's like, oh, shit, you know. Let me try that. You know, I think you posted yogurt with, what was it?
Bro, yeah, the ratio yogurts, they're vanilla.
Yeah. I seen them. That's like, but I never tried it. But I seen you post and I was like,
bomb.
Yeah. You was like, I was like, it makes me like, let me try it, you know, because I'm trying to lose weight too. And I haven't gotten to, the scale shows, you know, I lost a couple pounds. Mm-hmm. I don't feel it physical yet, but energy, different. Yeah. Bro, I'm starting to love myself.
Wake up. Feeling different.
Bro. I mean, that peace. I don't know what it is, but that peace is like, bro. I'm just calm.
Can I recommend some hippie shit, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Like, I don't even mean to call it hippie shit, bro, because that's essentially what the world has categorized it as, bro. But can I tell you one of my craziest experiences that I had in the midst of?
Give me some hippie shit,
bro. I'm sitting here feeling so overwhelmed by life. I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling everybody needs me. I don't know why, but I've become such an important role in the people who's, like, I'm a pillar in the life of the people around me. And I feel like I do so much for the people around me that sometimes it's like I don't realize it, that it's taking from me, you know? And because I'm not doing it with the intention of wanting anything. I'm doing it with the intention of just being a good person.
As it should be.
You know? That comes with the process of the unbecoming. It's like I was very selfish, you know? And those were traits that I had to unbecome, because those are part of the reasons why I wasn't willing to even do features. I wasn't willing to share. I was selfish, you know? So with that weight of all of that shit on me, bro, I dead ass started having my conversations with God, started, you know, doing what I got to do. But I was like, you know what I want to try? I want to try grounding myself. Bro, I went to Crompton Park, you know, the back of Crompton Park where they have that open ass field, all those trees. Yeah. Bro, I took off my shoes, took off my socks, turned off my phone, and I sat by a tree. I sat by a tree for like an hour and a half, just breathing, talking to my thoughts, talking to myself, talking to God, just letting go of every responsibility that I have for an hour and a half, you know. And this is where it gets crazy. It's because, like, all right, it worked. Like, I didn't immediately get up and was like, oh, wow, I feel great. This is great. It's like I got up and I was like, okay, I had enough time for myself. Let me go home. I went home. Everything was normal. Fell asleep. Woke up the next day. Bro, I just started getting filled, bro, with, like, not energy to do something, but, like, energy, like, swelling. Like I want to call it, like, people say chakras and shit like that, like your 7 inner chakras. I started feeling like a flame in my stomach. And when I started explaining the whole Arose From Ash, how it even began to somebody that I was on the phone with, it's like something just lit up and it shot up my fucking spine, bro. My body was tingling, bro. Like, people call that the Holy Spirit touching you, but it's like, I call that spiritual alignment. Like, my story is now matching who I'm becoming, you know? And that energy boost came. I went and I did it again that day, later on that day. And when I got up, I was chuckling to myself. And I don't know if you believe in angel numbers and shit like that, but I was chuckling to myself and I'm like, yo, trees are really charging stations for humans. Like, they suck out all your negativity and bring it into the earth.
Yeah, I went to the lake and seen some lady doing it. She went to multiple trees.
Yeah, because the thing is that, and you know what the beautiful thing about it is, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but trees tell each other secrets. You go and you tell a tree and you give a tree all the negative energy, or somebody did something wrong to you, bro, the tree takes that energy, essentially the universe, and it redirects it back at who it deserves to be. Like, it's not like they're attacking for you, but it's an energy. We live in an energy-built world.
I'll definitely try that. That's another thing. I'm not scared to try things, just because people are going to laugh at me or...
I feel like it...
that's who I am. And I think that's the beauty, too. I'm me. I am me. You guys see me here. Sometimes, I like to say, sometimes I'm very emotional when it definitely comes to the people I love.
Super.
If it's my daughters, bro, I'm very emotional. Yeah, I can't.
For my kids, it's done.
Bro, kindergarten's around the corner. Forget it. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, things like that. I know who I am, and I already told my girl. I was like, if we do a sweet 15 for her, whoever's there, all my boys that are coming, bro, you guys are gonna see me cry.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool who I am, and I'm not, and you tell me something like that could benefit me and help me. Why not try it? And maybe, you know what? Maybe it is not for me.
Yeah.
But I won't know until I try it.
Right, exactly. And to basically the part that was crazy for me, that aligns with the angel numbers, essentially, was that after I did it the second time, and I got up, and I'm feeling fresh, feeling peace of mind, I started chuckling to myself, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm talking to God, essentially. Like, when I talk to myself, that means I'm talking to God.
Yeah, amen.
So when I'm like, yo, trees are really human charging stations, right? And when I go look at where I parked my car, the whole strip was empty. When I go and park my car, there's like 3 cars that were parked behind mine. And why is the license plate on the one directly behind mine in clear view 777? That's like, I feel like I talked to God, looked up, and he was like, yeah, they are. Like, he immediately responded. Like, it's like, that's, yeah. Like you got that. You know what I mean? And it's very hard because I believe in so many different things. That's why I have such a broad
like
mind.
what?
Like, I believe spirituality. I believe in us being just bigger than humans. I believe in us actually having power with our energy inside of our body, like the 7 chakras. I believe in that heavenly, like wholeheartedly, you know what I'm saying? And I also probably shouldn't really believe in angel numbers because there's nothing in the Bible that confirms that any of that is true, but I just don't believe in coincidences. And there's certain times where I need a sign, and that's the sign that I get. It's a combination of numbers, and those combination of numbers, it's not coincidental that their meanings are exactly what the fuck I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? How is that coincidence? So when I put the spirituality, the chakras, combine it with my relationship and faith with God, the angel numbers feel like we're having a conversation, So it's like I'll wholeheartedly be talking to God, and I'm like, God, send me a sign in any way, shape, or form. Like because I've learned that God, people be like, oh, God, thank you for the day. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Amen. Then they go about their day. It's like, yo, did you even give them a chance to talk? That's a one-sided ass relationship, and you think that's a good one?
Amen. And then that's another thing, and they will only talk to him
when they need something.
Yeah, when they're going through something, and it's like, and that I'm guilty too. That's how I was before. Now, bro, it's like, bro, once you have that one-on-one relationship, it's like.
But you can't really even blame people.
Oh, you can't. You
because they don't.
Can't.
But some people don't know.
But that's why you have people like us right now that maybe not everybody's gonna get it right away, but somebody's gonna be like, yo, let me try this out, day by day. And the thing is, like, you try it one day, forget about it for a little, Then you're like, let me go back. And then it becomes a habit, and you're like...
Because I've learned human nature, you can't tell somebody what to do.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody what to do. Like for instance, look at God. God teaches you that in the first fucking chapter of the Bible, bro. He told them, don't fucking touch the apple. That's the first thing niggas did, bro. Like, you can't tell. That's why it's like...
It's like telling them to do it.
Yeah. Yes. So you tell somebody, yo, go establish a relationship with God. They're going to be like, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it has to come from them. They have to look for it. That's why God's relationship is a one-on-one.
But what I learned from it is, if you do have that relationship, life just gets better.
I'm a living testament of that, bro. I'm a living testament of that, bro. And it's like, I've even, you know what's the craziest thing, bro? like as of lately, I've been on a different type of high horse. I've been on a really religious high horse. Like it's not even just a high horse like, oh, I make music, oh, I can provide for my family, I make money, I can look good, I go to the gym. It's like those are all things that you're not supposed to glorify. You know what I'm saying? You don't glorify that. I've been glorifying the fact that the reason why I'm capable of doing that is the passion and love and ability that God's been instilling in me. Like I'm even considering becoming like a priest or a pastor or something like that because
Really?
I want people to feel this. The feeling that I feel.
Oh, the energy's there.
Bro, the feeling that I feel to be able to even accomplish the shit people seeing I'm accomplishing, bro, it's God. So it's like, I need them to know that. So it's like, if I could sit here and explain that to people and maybe be a testimony and people be like, damn, like that's my superpower now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not even what it used to be. Like God gave me that connection with him and I misused it. Like God gave me that connection with him and I was like, oh, give me this. And he was like, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this with it. Bah, 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 bah. And I was like, okay, give me this. And he was like, okay, here. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do this with da. And it's like, I wasn't doing what I should have been doing. I wasn't spreading my blessings. I was hoarding my blessings. I was taking advantage of my blessings because I was in a position to, you know? It's like, I'm up here. How the fuck am I gonna fall until God
was gonna tell me,
bro, until that day that God took it all away from me, bro. He took every single piece of my pride. So now I'm not speaking from a position of where it's like, oh, God's all high and mighty and I've never suffered. I'm speaking from the position of like, God gave me everything. He took that shit away from me and then he held my hand through it all to getting it all back again. And here I am standing with all of it back again. Like I lost my home. I was homeless with my girl and my kids. Like I was a financial burden. I had to go live with my mom again for 3 months. I didn't want to get a job because I was making money different ways that I feel like if I went back to a job, I was going to slow myself down. So I didn't. I just doubled down again on the same thing.
How was that like moving back with your mom and the kids, right?
Nigga, do you know how embarrassing that was?
Yeah, how was it though? How did you approach that?
That was like, I had to, like, being completely transparent, bro, I had to move my entire house from one day to the next. I had to rent a 3-bedroom storage to move all of my shit in there and only take what I could to my mom's house, you know? And I thank my mom for being there for me in that moment because there's nothing more than I needed than just somebody to cry with, you know? Because it's like, I was so high on that pedestal and I never thought I was getting down. I compare that story to like the story of Kid Icarus, you know? Like his dad essentially was God and I was Icarus and we were stranded on an island and I'm prayed for God, like, God, get me off this fucking island. You know, I don't want to sit here. It's like, bro, I was working 60 hours a week as the manager at the car wash. My son is autistic and I couldn't be there for him. And then my girl, we had another kid, my daughter. And it's like in the hospital, the day that my daughter was born, they're like stressing me to come back. And I had just gotten scammed, bro.
The car wash?
Yeah. They didn't even give me 2 days. They're not even 3 days. Day one, they was like, yo, can you come back? Because, bro, I was in a position where that shit wasn't running without me, bro. Or at least properly. It wasn't running properly without my presence, bro. I needed to be there at all times. So I was working damn near 7 days a week. You know, I was sacrificing my life, bro. God seen that. And I begged God, like, yo, I just want to be here for my family, bro. I just want to be here for my family. Like, make it possible for me to be here for my family, like in any way, shape, or the form. I have a music career that I'm chasing. Blow me up. I have these talents that I'm good at. Help me make money off of them. I asked him every which way to make it possible for me to be home for my family. And he said, say less. He said, say less. And he gave me that position. And he gave me that authority to be able to make more than what I needed to be able to bring my family on vacation, to live a life I never even fucking thought I could. And that only lasted me 2 years. That only lasted me 2 years of that until, boom, and then everything crumbled. And then I had to sit here and look at the pieces with God and be like, how did this go wrong?
Yeah.
Why did this go wrong?
2 years is kind of a long time, too.
I was
you
lit.
Think about it. That's what I'm saying. You think about it, bro?
I was lit, but that's why I got confused. That's where I got confused because 2 years is a long time, and I was on a high that I thought I'd never get off.
So you were like, I'm good.
I'm good. I can do this forever, you know? Until I had those moments where I was questioning it. And in those doubtful moments, the devil creeped in and he didn't make me do shit. But like, for instance, it's like, I could keep going into more Bibles of the, like, more story Bibles, like the book of Job, bro. Like, at the end of the day, that God gave that nigga everything. And the devil was like, bro, that's your best. That's your best. That's the best that you got. I bet. I'm going to make that nigga suffer. I'm going to test his faith. We're going to see if that's the best you got. So he went. That nigga lost his family. He lost all of his gold, all of his riches. Essentially, I went through the exact same thing. I didn't lose my family, thank God. You know what I'm saying? And I very well was in a position to do so. I could have lost my life. I could have lost, like, everybody that was in that position with me in that moment, we all could have died. If I'm being blunt.
Yeah.
We all could have died. You know what I'm saying? They were making threats to my children and all this crazy shit, you know? It was that serious. So I just really had to suck it the fuck up, you know? And it wasn't time to be macho man. It was time to be a protector, you know? So the same way in the book of Job, he lost everything that God had blessed him with for that faith. Because all I had was faith when I started, and then he gave me riches. But then he seen that my riches was tainting my faith. And the devil was like, I see the gaps in I see the holes in his shit. Like, if I can go expand on those and prove that he's not as faithful,
it's time to attack.
It's time to attack. So that's exactly what it was time for. And it was ready to, I wasn't ready to rumble, bro, but my faith was, you know, that shit did not stagger me. I mean, it hurt me in real life, but my faith, it made me deep dive in harder.
That's dope.
It made me dive in harder. I went from, bro, I didn't even get on my fucking knees to pray. I'd pray mentally. I was one of those people that was a one-sided relationship after I got what I wanted, you know? And I'm not guilty. I'm not ashamed of saying that because I got what I wanted. Didn't do the right thing with it. God seen that my faith was strong, but the devil seen that there was plot holes, you know? There was holes in my faith. And he was like, I'm gonna go stretch those holes, essentially. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We about to see what you're made out of, you know? And I just had to double down on what got me there, you know? And it was God that got me there. So I doubled down on that. I was in my mom's house for as little as 3 months. My mom said, you got a year. And I was like, nah, I got God. You know what I'm saying? I got God, and I'm gonna make this shit happen because my kids are uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable, and I'm sure you're uncomfortable.
How does it feel, you know, when you're like, damn, I can't, my kids, my family's like this, and right now I feel stuck, you know, like, and then, you know, it's my fault.
Bro, I felt like a failure of a father. I felt like a failure of a provider. And I felt like a failure of a protector. The three things that create a man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
That's what creates a man. And all of that was shattered. So, who are you if all of that is shattered? Who do you become? You know what I mean? And it's like, realistically, I had to decide in that moment, are you who you say you are? Or was that a facade? You know, were you just putting up the show because you had a safety net, you had God there?
Yeah.
Or are you really going to follow through on who you say you exactly are? And that was my chance to show God through all of this, I still love you. I still follow you.
How did your girl look at it? Have you had that conversation with her, or?
I have. And I feel like I don't want to missay anything on a podcast and, you know, potentially.
Yeah.
You know, but she was feeling how any woman would feel.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, yeah.
Any woman who was put in that position, she a rider, bro. She a rider. And I don't doubt that, not even for a fucking blip. You know, like, she a rider. She had every reason to not be with me anymore after that shit.
Yeah, me and the kids out.
Yeah. Me and the kids, I can't do that. I can't do that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. So, and personally speaking, it wasn't the first time. Like, it wasn't to that extremity the first time.
But it had to get there.
But it had to get there, you know? And she had every right to be like, nah, that's not for me no more, you know? But she trusted me, like, essentially. Like, she let me have it, you know? That's my woman, you know? My woman's going to tell me what it is. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying?
We need those.
We need that. That's why I don't want to sit here and say anything in a way where it's like she was like putting me down or nothing. She was telling me what I needed to hear.
Oh yeah, and then we gotta see it too. I feel like that's the people,
taking accountability.
Yeah, the people that tell you stuff like that are the people that love you the most. Because the people are gonna be like, or like me, you know, me getting, bro. I was looking at pictures the other day. I'll show you one, bro, before you leave. And it's like, you could tell this man is not okay. Like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm like,
bro, and that's yes. I don't want to cut you
yeah,
off.
no, you're
go.
good, bro.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
podcast. This is what we do. And I was like, bro, it's like, guys, I'm here smiling. I'm here at peace, and I'm just smiling because it's just a difference.
Yeah.
And I wish, you know, everybody out there could feel what I'm feeling. I'm calm. I'm just like, and I keep saying this because it's happening,
It's
bro.
peace, bro.
And it's a feeling, yeah, bro. And it's a feeling
peace.
that I want to explain right now, but it's just like, I can't because
it's a feeling you can't explain, but a feeling you want to give.
yeah.
And that's exactly where I feel like I'm at. And it's like if I can give somebody that peace, you know, because everybody's having a storm right now, but not everybody looks like their storm.
Oh, come on.
So it's like there's some people that can be really going through it and you'd never know, and they're the ones that need that hug. But because they put that suit on so well, they get that haircut, they don't miss a beat. Nah, they're fine. Forget about them. Look at this nigga. This nigga's down bad. He's homeless. He looks like his situation. So let's give him the pity. While this nigga, while he's strong, holding his battle, holding his scars, we're just not going to acknowledge him. We're just not going to acknowledge him. And that, as a man, is usually the worst thing that could ever happen, because now you're like, I'm suffering. I don't want to ask for help, and they can't see it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. And it gets.
Because then you're like, oh, I need help. But then as a man, you feel weak for asking for help.
And it gets bad. I don't know for you, but like me looking back, I was like, it was bad.
Bro, I was really at a point where I was giving into anything and everything, bro. Like, I got chapters of my life, bro. I'm only 26, bro. And I have
Just
chapters. Yeah, in July. Thank God. But I have chapters in my life, bro. I am so ashamed to read out loud. Yeah. Like, so ashamed, bro. And it's because of those chapters.
What was your, because I'm thinking about my life too now.
Yeah.
What was your brokest moment?
Brokest?
And I'm talking as a man, not like when you were
not
a teenager.
Or
No.
like,
Yeah. No, financial, like brokest moment that you're like, what the fuck is going on? Not like when you were a teenager or, you know, when you were a kid.
But I feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, I've been low-key having the responsibility of being like a man, not a father, but a man since I was like 17. Like, I left my mom's house at 17.
Okay.
I got my first apartment. I house hopped for like 3 months. I feel like there's just something very, very significant about the number 3 for me, because it only takes me, only takes me 3 times to either get something right or to get out of a situation. So the first time I went to my mom's house, first time it was literally, bro, 2 weeks after graduation. Like, I had just freshly graduated high school, bro, and I was 17. And I house hopped. I went to a family friend's house. I'm just trying to get my shit together. And I'm like, yo, I'll throw you some bread. Let me just get my money together, see if I can find an apartment. Because it's not that I was doing anything wrong with my mom. It's just that I did something so bad that I didn't want to get it traced back to my mom's house.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know, so I had to scram.
You can't forgive yourself after that.
Yeah, I had to. That was me being like, if you stay here and you endanger people, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
At least you acknowledge that, you know?
Yeah, bro. What's crazy is that night I came back into my mom's house looking a fucking mess. My mom was right there with a cigarette at the kitchen with the light on, just. And I looked at her and she looked at me and we both just started crying. Like, she knew. Like, she immediately knew. So I just went into my room, grabbed what I needed, and bounced. This was like midnight, 1 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I house hopped. I ended up at my sister's house. And that's when I was able to get stable footing, because I started arguing with this lady. Like, I was broke. I'm down bad. I'm broke. I don't even have a job. I'm just getting by. I'm arguing with this lady because she's trying to have me watch her fucking kids. And I'm like, bitch, I'm paying you to live here. I don't got to watch your kids. Are you crazy? And her kids are like escaping. I'm in the valley. They jumping out the windows. They could like push that shit up, bro. Badass kids. I'm like, what the fuck? You want me to watch these niggas and I'm paying you to live here? No. So we got into it.
Kind of bounce.
Yeah, I had to find where I had to go. Nayra was at work, and I called Nayra like, yo, when you get out of work, bro, we got to go. So it's like she's been riding with me and hopping around with me, unstable from the beginning.
Yeah, bro. I can't wait till this story's over because
this is legendary.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
There's some. Like, I'm either going out, bro. I'm either going out legendary, or like, bro. This is not an average story,
but
bro.
it's just legendary. That's how you have to go out. Either way, whichever life takes you is legendary. But it's like, bro, it's like having a partner that's like so.
Bro, she's seen it all.
That's what I'm saying, and it's there for you. It's like when I get what's coming for me, because it's coming. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
You're gonna live like a queen. And I'm talking about like,
yes, bro.
You know, it's like
and it's like to go off of that, it's like she's riding with me through all of these unstable moments while I'm sitting here promising her dreams of riches. Like, I don't know if she sees it, but she believes in me.
There has to be something, because it's like it's like,
and then basically to just fast forward through that process, it's like after I landed at my sister's house, I ended up getting a job. I ended up saving enough money, and me and my girl got our first studio apartment. We were paying like $650 a month, and everything was great. We lived there for almost like 4 years, and then some shit happened similar to what recently happened, and I ended up at my mom's house. And then as the cycle continues, it took me 3 months to get back on my feet. And then I lived peacefully doing what I was doing for like 2 years. And then my daughter was born. And then I quit my job, had a change of work. And then, damn, I feel like I'm segueing. But anyways,
good, but that's life.
Bro, let me answer the question. The brokest down bad moment that I had ever been in my life was August 2023. That was the situation that I'm talking about.
That was my worst year too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That shit shat on my character. I was already, now look, let me tell you, from the jump, it was already, bro, it was just a decline that I was refusing to admit. So 2021, great year. 2022 I peaked. That was the year where money was the greatest. That was the year where my experiences were the greatest. I'm going on vacation. I'm doing everything that I want. I'm exercising my blessings, And then 2023 came, and I didn't do anything different, And it's like, God was like, you need to get the fuck out of where you're living right now. You need to move. And I wasn't taking the signs. I wasn't taking the signs. I was getting depressed. I started gaining weight. It all happened. That whole weight gain process happened between 2021 and 2023. Those 2 years ruined me. Like, they ruined me because I was becoming somebody I wasn't. I was letting go of my moral compass. I was letting go of the things that I know were right, and I was doing the wrong things. And that's why I had to sit with God and admit these things. Like, I know they're wrong, and I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I can't stop.
Yeah.
It's in my heart. I want to do these things. I'm going to give them to you. Please help me stop. Like, I want this, and it's not good, and it's fucking me up. So when I hit rock bottom, bro, I'll tell you the story of how all of it happened and how God don't ever give you a battle, one, you can't face, and he'll never put you in a battle without giving you the tools. Because no matter how broke you think you are, you have everything you need. You will always, if you got God in your life, you will always have everything that you need.
Amen.
So, boom, post situation, the night of, I go call my mom. I'm like, bro, all hell broke loose. And she's like, bro, grab your shit right the fuck now and come over. So I call my mom, I call my best friend, and I'm like, yo, bro, this is what happened. He's like, bro, what the fuck, whatever. I go to my mom's house. Bro, it's 1 a.m. My kids are still awake. I'm in my mom's living room with like a backpack with like pajamas. And I took the most important things that were to me, my studio stuff. Like, bro, I was like, I can't travel without this shit. Yeah. I took my most important shits because, bro, my doors were broken. Anybody could have walked into my apartment and just took anything at that point. So I'm like, I got to grab what the fuck matters right now. If somebody's going to double back and come for more shit, I'm taking at least what I think is valuable to me, So I did that. And I'm sitting in my mom's living room, and it all hits me. I'm like, every bad thing that I was doing all hit me at once and was like, holy shit, I deserve that. It wasn't even like, oh, poor me. It was like, okay. But I was crying about it.
Oh, then.
I was hurt about it.
It finally came back.
But it came. I knew it was coming back. I just didn't know how it was going to come back. Because karma don't work in the way that you give it out. It come back in the way that it come back in a way that's going to hurt
Sometimes
you.
It doesn't even, but sometimes it doesn't physically with you. Sometimes
It's a
they hurt your
situation.
kids or
Yeah.
you hurt, and you're like, damn, why am I going through this? And like, this is what you did.
This is what you did. So it's
Yeah.
like you gotta pay. It's like, all right, what you did hurt someone, so we have to make it hurt for you. And you're not gonna get hurt. You might not even get hurt the same way you hurt someone. So that's why it's specific.
And you know what's crazy?
Karma
too, bro?
is like
Yeah.
tailored.
And this is what I learned too. Like when it comes to like church, and a lot of people from church are very judgmental. You know? And then they're like, oh, like you do this, you do that, and you know it comes back to bite them in the ass. And it's like, now the kids
you're not
are doing
God.
this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
you were just laughing at that kid for doing this.
Scrutinizing these
Yeah,
people.
and look at and then they want to like hide that. And I'm
And
like,
then they want to sit here. This is my biggest thing, and I'm gonna say this on camera, and I'm gonna look at the camera straight up while I say this. Just because you're Christian, just because you're Pentecostal, just because you think you have and you go to church every Sunday and you're this perfect. If you're judging people, bro, you're just as bad as Satan. You're just as bad at the end of the day because you're imposing negativity on people. Because God don't tell people what to do. God tells you spread the word. You know what I'm saying? You're not better than nobody because just like you said, all that judgment comes back in the form
full circle.
And now you're sitting here blaming the devil. Oh, the devil's working overtime. The devil wouldn't be working overtime if you didn't deserve it.
Yep, you opened the door for it.
You open the door for it. You feel me? God's gonna greenlight whatever the fuck he deems worthy. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna greenlight it because at the end of the day, the devil gotta go through God first at all times.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just be who God wants you to be. Don't tell people like what God wants you to be. Be who God wants you to be and lead by example. You know, and let people then get inspired by your leading by example and want to become that too. Because people sit here and go to church and sit here and be the most holiest people, but have them really be having the most rotten hearts.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
100%. They're like, they wouldn't do the things you would, you know?
Right.
Like,
and I'm the sinner. Yeah. I'm essentially the sinner. Yet my heart is of gold. I would
do things, yeah.
I would do things for people without batting an eye, and it's not because of any purpose. It's just because God instilled that in my heart. You know, and I believe what I give forward, bro, it's because I have too much of. You know, God's gonna replenish if I've lost. He's done that. God's gonna replenish. Like if I have too much and I'm just sitting on it without giving it forward, you're blocking your own blessings. You know, because you're believing that if I lose this, I'll lose it forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, bro, God will replenish tenfold.
Yeah, he's like, watch this.
Watch this, bro. It's like, hold my fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? If God tells you to go stand on the water and you tell him I can't swim, he's going to say, I didn't tell you to swim. Nigga, I told you to stand on the fucking water.
What does that mean, too, that we had it? Jesus take the wheel?
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, that's literally how it is.
That's it, bro, because you're just scared that if you let go of the steering wheel, the car's going to veer in a direction you don't want it to. But what if it veers exactly where it's supposed to go?
Amen.
The only way you're going to know is if you fucking let go, you know?
When are you said November or September, right?
I want to say September, November, because it's like this whole hold on. I feel all right. Let me, because I feel like I keep giving. We're having great talks, and we're having great stories. But I feel like I'm not really answering any of your questions.
You're good, but you are. You basically are.
Okay.
You're just doing it a longer way. But trust me, you'll see. Once you see it back, you're like, yeah. Or you're spitting some shit.
So in that brokest moment,
you went back to the broken.
Yeah. In that broken moment. Shit, I was even ready to go even further back to the Food for the Wolves, Arose From Ash shit. So basically, let me start there. The Arose From Ash shit, to finish that off, that's essentially the good had to eat the bad. I portrayed myself as the bad wolf. The good had to eat the bad for me to unbecome. So the next project after that was Food for the Wolves, Unbecoming. So that it's like a trilogy. So there's the appetizer, Food for the Wolves album, and then the Unbecoming. And that's what started the process of Arose From Ash.
Which is now. That's where you're at right
now. That's where I'm at right now. So the process of Unbecoming was essentially, I realized my good and I let it overcome the bad, but now I got to kill the bad. I can't just let it live. You know what I'm saying? I can't, just because I picked my side, doesn't mean that I have to just stop giving into that wolf. That shit needs to die. So I don't accidentally feed it and turn into that shit again. So that's Arose From Ash is essentially out of the bad ashes that wolf was that I killed, I set that shit on fire. And out of those ashes was a rebirth, which is who I currently am now. So now Unbecoming is the brand. Food for the Wolves was basically the season. That was like season 1 of Unbecoming. So I'm going to do another merch run, but it's going to be for Arose From Ash. So now it's Unbecoming Arose From Ash. So it's going to be like more rose, more flower and phoenix kind of designs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's to close that off, the Arose From Ash shit. So essentially, I'm just out of the dirt pile that I created of my past, I'm using that to become something better. That's what Arose From Ash is. And when I fully explain that to somebody after grounding myself, the energy that I felt chills up my spine. I was like, nah, this is crazy. Because it's not just, oh, I'm gonna piece this together and this is just a project and this is just music. It's like, no, this is a story of my life. This is a story of my change. This is a story of me. This is art. This is how you use art. This is not a hobby. This is not fun. And the way that I would see people use it as fun or as a hobby or just riding a wave is what would make me so prideful and be like, I'm not fucking working with you. You think this shit's a joke. This shit is not a joke to me.
Shit's real to me.
Yeah, this shit is not a joke. You want to come here and just get high as fuck in the studio and bullshit and probably not make a fucking song. I'm going in here to fucking preach. You know what I'm saying? Like these are my testaments, you know? Each song is a testament. And obviously I got silly songs where I'm like talking my shit because it's like now I have to boast. I have to boast a little bit because without God, none of this shit would be possible. And I don't want to just show y'all. I want to be about it. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about it. I want to give you the proof. I want to give you the words, match that with the image, and then match that with the lifestyle. So you know this shit's not a facade, bro. This is real fucking life. So essentially, that was the whole Arose From Ash thing. Now the most broken moment, it's like, to give you the story of that, after that situation happened, I had to go back to my crib the next morning because I'm like, all right, now I need to go check because what was taken from me was not just finances and shit like that. It was like niggas took my car keys, niggas took, you know what I'm saying? And I had a 2017 Jeep. I'm thinking niggas is about to just take my shit. So I had to go back to check if my car was even still there.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Thank God.
Wild.
But you know what? This is the joke. I had no money to my name except for $2,000 in my bank account. This happened August 28th, 2023. Now, mind you, the first is right there. How am I going to pay my rent? I have $2,000. My rent was $1,600, but now I can't even live there. And I have $2,000 to figure out my situation. So in those $2,000, I was like, okay, now I'm phoneless, walletless. I lost my keys. I lost my phone. And I lost my ID, my credit card, debit card. I had to call, cancel everything. Now this is where the money, I had $2,000, bro. And this is where God is great. Watch how he was like, I gave you, this is what you got. Make it happen. And I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck am I going to make this happen, bro? I got 2 fucking kids. I'm cooped up in a room. I got pictures of all of this. I documented this shit, but I was always kind of afraid to share it because it's like TMI, you know? But it's a testament to my story, and I have to share this shit, you know? So I'm cooped up in a room with my girl, my wife, my 2 kids, and a cat in a fucking bedroom that's probably smaller than this.
It's crazy.
You know? So basically, in that moment, I was like, all right, right now, this is the way I seen it. This is the finals. We're down 3-0. I got to come up forward. I have to. There's no, like I shared a thing that I seen of Andrew Tate, that he was like, most men don't understand what it's like to have to roll the dice and get a 12. You have to get that 6 or that 7 or that 12. You have, like, what do you, like, oh no, what do you mean you have, no, what do you mean? Like, I have to. This shit has to happen, bro. And a lot of people have never been put in that position of where it's like, it's either it works or I die. It's either it works or I die. There's no safety net. There's no in between. There's no nothing. It either works or I die. And when you put yourself in that position, bro, you see what the fuck you're made out of. And that, it's like, if I already had confidence and I came up from all this shit, where do you think it's at now? You know what I'm saying? So like, I had $2,000 in my bank account. That's all that I had to my name. I went online. I had to go look for a locksmith. because I had to get a key. I had to move my car. I had to get an Uber to my mom's house that night. So it's like, I went back to the crib the next morning. I called the first locksmith that I can see, the one that said fucking sponsored on Google, bro. I was just desperate. I called him. I was like, yo, I need a key remade for my car. Like, my car keys were stolen. He came through, and what's so funny is that, like, life moves crazy. I'll get to the point I'm about to, but basically he came through. He was like, oh, like, da-da-da-da, what happened? I was like, crazy shit, bro. I just need a car key. Can you make, I was like, can you make me a key or not? And he was like, yeah, can you open the thing? I was like, no, it's completely locked, bro. And this is like a fucking key fob. It was a push to start. It's not a key, bro. So I'm like, how the fuck am I, like, I can't get in this car, bro. So then he was like, all right. So he had this, it's like a key that has no teeth. So he put that in the car, the door, and he got like a trail of the teeth and cut it out. So that way we can open the car at least. That cost me $200, just that. Not even making the key fob. The key fob cost me another $400. Damn. For him to, because he had to reprogram it to my car's computer and give me a brand new key fob with a new chip and all that. So solving the car, $600. So now I'm like, all right, at least I got a way to get around now. And I was like, whatever. Boom. So now I'm down $1,400. Now I'm like, what the fuck is my next move? My mom's like, you got to put all that shit in a storage and come just stay with me, because there's no way you could just stay there. So now my rent is $1,600. To fix my car was $600. Now I'm down $1,400. Now I don't even got rent. So now I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? My mom tells me, you need to move all that shit into a storage, bro. Protect your stuff. Come stay with me. We'll figure this shit out as we go. I'm like, all right, valid. I call, because my mom already had a storage space for her own little stuff, like stuff that didn't fit in her house.
But it wasn't enough, huh?
Nah, she was like, I can give you their number, but you need a 3-bedroom, nigga. You have a 3-bedroom. You got your bed, your kid's bed, a couch, a toda la madre. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, you need to put all that shit away for the meantime and just get that out of your mind, because you're just stressing. You have to get them. That's noise. Having to pay the rent, that was noise. Having to figure out what the fuck to do with my apartment, that was noise. Having to figure out what the fuck to do for finances, that was noise. She's like, you need to get rid of the noise, bro, to be able to hear what God wants from you right now. And I was like, word. So I had literally like two people. I'm not trying to name drop them because I'm not gonna.
No, definitely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had two people who I called upon, and they didn't hesitate.
Oh, they did come through.
Yeah, they didn't hesitate to come through out of all the people that could have.
Would you expect them that or no?
Personally, I expected it from one, but not the other. You know, I expected, because a lot of people just be like, I'm not trying to get involved in that. That's not really my problem.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and I don't blame them. So niggas came through for me. Niggas helped me move my whole crib. I packed a U-Haul in fucking 24 hours, bro. I spent from 7 in the morning till midnight packing my whole crib, and I'm on a 3rd floor apartment. I'm talking, we breaking down couches. We're like, and then on top of that, there was so much shit we didn't take, bro. So much shit that I had to call junk removal for. That was another thing. That was another $300. So that dropped me down to 11. Then the U-Haul was like less than 100. The storage was $300 a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So my first payment was $180, and they was like, all right, you pay the $180 because they put me on a year lease because they didn't want to do month to month with me. I was like, bro, fuck you.
They know. It's a business, brother.
So they didn't want to do month to month with me, so they put me on a full year's lease. I was like, nah, I'm trying to do month to month, bro. They were like, oh, month to month is gonna be like $250 a month, and it was like, I'll do that. They're like, oh, but if you do this, basically we'll give you half off your first month if you do a year lease with us and lock in, and then it'll be X amount every month after that. So I thought I was buying time. Like, okay, if I would give you $180 right now, I solve this issue.
I'm good for now.
And I'll figure the rest out later. So I was like, fuck it. I was panic thinking, bro. Like, literally, I was just trying to sort everything out. So we managed to do it. So mind you, this is bringing everything down into a U-Haul and then bringing everything to that storage, unloading the U-Haul, bringing it all into the storage room. That took 2 days. One day was the move all into the U-Haul. The second day was moving everything to the storage. After all of that got done, bro, I was down to like $500.
That's crazy. You're seeing it just.
Yeah, and I still haven't even told my landlord. This is now 2 days have passed. It's the 30th. I have one more day before rent's
running out.
Yeah, bro, one more day, bro. And this is stories that I love talking about, bro, because it's like people get to hear and see how God clutches up for you in real fucking time, bro. This shit is not no coincidence. This shit is not an accident or none of that, bro. This is God, bro. So down to my last $500, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I was hopeless, bro. So I call my landlord, and I'm like, I need to talk to you. I can't pay next month's rent, and I have to move effective immediately. And he was like, why? And I was like,
I just have to.
I don't feel comfortable telling you why, but essentially I kind of lied. I was like, someone just came and tried to rob my studio, and they tried to take my possessions. And he was like, oh, are you serious? Da, 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 da. Like,
was he cool about it? Or?
Yeah. That nigga was like, bro, if you can get everything out before the 1st, just don't even, just go. What type of position do you think, like, God himself had to have intervened or had to have been part of that? Because who the fuck would be like, yeah, you left the apartment in shit condition. Your door is not even fucking on the fucking frame. Your frame's gone. Yeah, just go.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Figure it out. You're good. So that all resolved itself. Everything was slowly resolving itself. And what I had left after math was exactly what I needed to solve the problem. So after that, I had $500, and I don't necessarily remember what happened. I know what happened, but I don't remember what I did after that. I don't think there was any more crazy spending. I think God just gave me exactly what I needed to get the job done, you know? And then I had a little bit left over.
Let's start all over.
Yeah, and then he's like, this is your starting point. 500.
What are you gonna do with it?
Pass go type shit. Like, you just pass go 500. How are you gonna come up? How are you gonna turn this zero?
Did he learn from it, or what are we doing here?
So essentially, at my mom's house, I was just doing the best that I could to be more family orientated, because that was another problem. I was isolated away from my whole family, my siblings, my mom, my everything.
Family's everything.
Yeah, so everybody was going through their own shit at that point in time. And everybody in my family was all broken apart. Like, my siblings weren't fucking with each other. I wasn't fucking with them. My mom was having trouble with getting us all together. And everybody was for themselves. But, excuse me, I'm sorry, there it was. But everybody was for themselves. And me, I'm big on family. I'm big on God. I'm big on connection. So I'm like, yo, we need to put God in the center of this family, bro. And we need to have him help us become a unit again. Because I've helped y'all. Y'all have helped me. And we see how much more important we are as a unit, you know? Amen. So for Thanksgiving, that was the first Thanksgiving in 5 years that everybody attended the table. And everybody, it was like a potluck Thanksgiving. Everybody did something. My mom cooked the arroz con gandules, the pernil, the turkey. I did Bake Mac. I did I was doing I did Bake Mac and some other side shit. My wife did treats, because she's like a fucking goddess with the treats. She did treats, brownies. She did fucking deviled eggs. Everybody played their part, and it was such a beautiful thing. And I also have that documented, pictures. And what I had, what my wife had, was she had everybody write a letter. And when everybody got up after we were done eating, and we all read each other a letter. Fire. Like, niggas was in there crying. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like none of that shit wouldn't have happened if I didn't put my best foot forward for my family, you know? And I had to put my pride aside, although I was in situations where they did fucked up shit, immoral shit, like shit that you shouldn't forgive people for. Yeah. But God has forgiven me for a lot. And I'm no better than no human to not forgive anybody. And that's something that I'm currently facing. I need to go back to relationships and fully and wholeheartedly forgive people. Like, that doesn't mean they're gonna be allowed into my life. Yeah. But we could work on that.
Slowly.
You know? We can build that new relationship, that new trust, a better foundation. But we have to at least acknowledge the elephant in the room, you know? And that's why
the thing. A lot of people try to avoid that.
And then they try to like sugarcoat it and think that
and play the victim too after. I'm like, yeah.
Tell me about it, bro. Bro, there's so many people that are so emotional, bro, and play victim so well. While there's people like me, bro, that I believe in stoicism. I believe show what's on your chest. You don't wear your heart on your sleeve. It's not wrong to do that, but essentially, if me and you got beef and you going online crying like a girl, come on, bro. We're men. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're men. There's no excuse for not having a conversation privately. You know, so I have to be able to, just like I put my best foot forward for my family, I got to put my best foot forward for the people who aren't willing to see that. I got to be the Jesus. I got to be the sacrifice and reestablish that connection because they're not going to do it.
That comes all back. That's a full circle.
Full circle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this whole unbecoming shit, bro, is real.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm getting it.
It's real. Like,
how do you call it? Okay, so your project, you said, well, when are you planning to drop the project?
So
officially,
I really want to drop the project in September, but I feel like that's too soon. That's next month. So comfortably for me to have everything down, like maybe like I don't have any music videos down.
Yeah.
I got content pieces, like the vertical form content pieces for individual songs on the project, but I don't have music videos. So I want to make some music videos, and I have the trailer. I have all of the pieces to it.
Yeah, put it together.
I just have to finish editing it with my
when are you
videographer.
thinking?
It's literally up to me. Like I have to call this nigga, pick him up, and bring him to my house because the files.
So everything's up to you. So when are you? What's that date?
It's looking for me. Like I gotta call this nigga. Like what's today? Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
I think I gotta just call this nigga tomorrow, and be like, yo, I'm gonna pick you up in the morning, nigga, and like I think I'll call him right now, bro, on the podcast. I do not care, bro. I'll call him right now and be like, bro, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. All right, we're gonna get to work because we have to finish this shit.
So, do you have like a timeline that you think?
I think that if I can, like, because he's my video guy and we're like super locked in, if I just get my videos done with him and I have this editing done, I can get this done before the month of, what's next month? September? I could get it done in September. So I could either drop it by the end of September or comfortably give myself a 2-week advance of having all my files, all my papers together and be like, 2 weeks from now, all like, because this is my thing. I'm a psycho, bro. I don't just like, I like to get my shit all together. And then 2 weeks in advance, it's like everything is already scheduled to post. Everything is already scheduled to be posted with captions and everything. So once I announce Arose From Ash dropping this, it's like I get to turn around and go do something else because that shit's on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? All the Instagram posts.
So it'll be November you think is out?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to do this, bro. Have you back if you like. Absolutely. I'll have you back after that project. You drop it,
and see where the headspace is at.
But just because I feel like we could go on for hours.
Honestly,
you could go on for hours. So definitely have that. I would love to have you back.
Absolutely.
And then I just with everything, bro. It's like a full circle, like you said. I want to end it like this. If your book was over today. If your book was over, like the book you wrote, like life, what would the title be of that book?
Damn, that'd be the story of my life. What do I want to call the story of my life? I'd call my story "The Boy Who Could."
The Boy Who Could.
Yeah, the boy who could, because there was a lot of people who told me I couldn't. And my life has been a testament to showing people that everything that they said was impossible is. That's literally it. That's what I feel like my life journey has been, and it's going to continue to be that way. Like, you don't believe it's possible to achieve your dreams? Let me show you how to do it. You don't think it's possible to have an open connection with God? Let me show you how to do it. You don't think it's possible to change yourself and recreate yourself? Let me show you how to do it. There's no excuses. Like, if you're a piece of shit person, you're a piece of shit person. There's no excuses why you're not doing the better.
You could change.
But you can change. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it all. Like, be a better you for tomorrow.
I know I said I was going to end like that, but I'm big on fatherhood. And I know you're a father, so I'm going to say this is kind of deep. All right? I want you to look in the camera. And I said, if you were to pass away today, what would be something that you would like to tell your kids? And they could see this video after.
If I were to pass away today and say anything to my kids, it's not gonna be like the regular spiel, like, oh, I love you, oh, da da da. It's because, like, bro, I tell my kids know I love them. I tell them that every single day. My kids go out of their random way just to be like, Daddy, and I'm like, what? And they're like, I love you, and I'm like, I love you more. Like, I've instilled that in them, So what I want to say for you, believe in yourself. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're not special, that you're not worthy, and that you're not smart, strong, able. Like, you can do anything. And my job before I go is to instill that into you. So that way, even after I go, I know you can do it because I'm trying to make you like me. And if you can be like me, you could do anything. You know, you can do anything that your wildest little mind could ever think of. Because the Noah, I'm gonna end this with this. The Noah's Ark. Do you know how long it took for that to be built?
70, is it 70? If 75,
yeah.
something like that, right?
50, anywhere between the time frame
Yeah.
of 50 to 75 years, right? Imagine how crazy Noah looked with everyone around him telling him, what are you doing? Why are you building a boat? You should be focusing on this. You should be focusing on that. He could have listened to anyone saying anything, chastising him, telling him what he was doing was wrong, telling him he was crazy. But at the end of the story, he's the only one that survived. He listened to God. He didn't let the noise and the outside distractions or people knock him off his high horse. God, if you're sent and you feel like God sent you to do something, you get that shit done. And you believe in your heart that you can get that shit done. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Because they're not you. You know? You're sent for a different mission and so are they.
Believe in yourself and block the noise. We out, guys.